Hello guys, Robot1 here, coming at you with my first place locals Shaddoll Invoked deck profile. Now, I came first place at my locals the other day, and I thought, seeing as it's been a while since I've actually tried to play locals properly, and I've actually been trying to get better at the game because I've been judging a lot, I've been just playing for fun a lot recently, and seeing as I've actually just played to actually try to win for a change, I thought I'd show you what I actually played and testing and all of that for going into places like regionals and Euros and nationals currently, because I was testing this at locals and in the tournament, and I thought, oh, this deck came first. This deck was actually really good throughout the entire locals tournament, and it's also ready for Master Rule 5, so I thought I would also show it for that as well, because obviously looking for Master Rule 5 decks is one of the key things that I kind of want to do as well, focusing on what can you play in Master Rule 5 as well in this month. So seeing as this deck is ready for Master Rule 5, I came first at locals with it. I thought I would showcase it on the channel and just show you guys what it is. So this is Shaddoll Invoked, a deck that I was actually really interested in playing, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I've been playing it on stream, I've been playing it at locals, I've been playing it all online while just having fun, and honestly, I'm going to tell you now, this deck takes a lot of thinking. So if you're looking for a deck that takes a lot of thought, this is kind of your deck. If you're looking for a deck that doesn't take a lot of skill, then don't play this. But honestly guys, this deck makes me think a lot, and let's actually get into it because I find that to be really fun. So let's get into it. So first of all, we play 3 Shaddoll Wendy. Basically, Shaddoll Wendy is one of the better Shaddoll monsters, being that it may be a wind, and we're not playing a wind target, but just the fact that when she sends the graveyard or flipped face up, she gets to summon a Shaddoll monster from your deck in face up or face down defense position is absolutely insane. This just enables all of your combos in the deck, such as your Resh combo for OTKs, your early game, if you are forced to go first and you don't really have any other players, then you literally just set her. She enables you to get a monster that can allow you to get back into the game. She can stall for time. She can give you more resources. Wendy does so much in this deck, and honestly, to Wendigo, her counterpart, this is just so much better, and it's just a really good Shaddoll monster. Just overall, purely because she gives you the ability to get more monsters, she gives the ability to get more resources through those monsters, and just being a different attribute, and also a psychic lets you play around cards like there can only be one, and all sorts of things like that. So she's just a really good card in general, and because of that, I really think she is just really powerful and really strong. So you need to be playing this card up 3 in the deck. I've been seeing people take this down to 2 and stuff. Personally, I don't agree with that. I feel like this is a 3 of. Next we play 3 Sklamata. Sklamata being the card that literally just says, oh, I'm sent to the graveyard, I'll send another card to the graveyard. You play him purely because it's a deck thinner, it's a Shaddoll name, it basically gives you access to any of your Shaddoll monster effects in the deck if you do send him via a card effect. So you want to be playing 3 of him because of that. Plus he's got a pretty big body as well, and if he's flipped, he destroys a monster on the field, which can be really good at times. Next we play 2 Shaddoll Beast. We're playing 2 Shaddoll Beast because I felt like 3 would be too much and 1 is too little. Now, I do tend to side out the second one if I do need to side out the maximum of cards in my deck, which is normally 7. And honestly, 2 Beast does really come in handy because I always end up using both of them. Either I'm setting them off of Wendy to get 2 draws of them later on, or I'm just sending them to the graveyard to get that 1 draw so I can get that additional resource to help me play the game. So 2 Beast I feel like is the correct number. I wouldn't play 3. 3 just seems like too much to me, seeing as he's level 5 and you can't guarantee his summon. But overall, I feel like he's just a very good card in all, so 2 Beast is good in my opinion. We also are playing 2 Shaddoll Hedgehog, being that Shaddoll Hedgehog is just, oh, I'm sent to the graveyard, I get to search any Shaddoll monster. Does come up quite a bit, seeing as he gives us that additional resource to go into more fusion plays. Also, if you go first as well and you open him, majority of the time you're going to do is just set him, if you don't have the invoke stuff, and then have him flipped so you can add a Shaddoll fusion from your deck to your hand, so you can have plays for your turn, so you can actually go into plays. So, Shaddoll Hedgehog, very strong, very good. Giving us a resource is always nice. For one-offs, we play one dragon because it destroys back row, and when it's flipped, returns a card on the field to hand. One aerial because of the combo where you make Resh, and then you send the Resh Shaddoll trap, and then you flip this face up, special summon the monster you banish of the Resh Shaddoll trap, and then just go into link combos. Plus, she also is kind of nice, being that when she's sent from graveyard to the graveyard via a card effect, you get to banish up to 3 cards in the graveyard, which is nice as well. And one Kios, which I'm kind of on and off on right now, to be honest with you. He is a good monster in the fact that he's a light and he's searchable through Hedgehog. That's the only reason I really play him, because he is a searchable light target in the deck. But to be honest with you, it's kind of a 50-50 on him, because yes, he can be very useful at times, but also he's kind of lackluster as well, seeing as his effects aren't that great. Whereas, sure, it can give you an additional boost in attack points if he's sent from the to the graveyard by an effect, but his flip effect isn't even that good either, where it just summons a monster from your hand in face-up, face-down defense position. So I'm kind of on-off with him, but he is a good card nonetheless, and he does come up quite a bit, so he is needed, I would say, at this current moment. But for other cards, we play triple Alistair the Invoker, because he just says search a free polymerization from our deck to our hand, and also helps us OTK, he helps us get a negate. Like, he just in general gives us all sorts of resources, to all sorts of extra deck options in our deck, and also helps us deal with our opponent's graveyard stuff as well. We also do play one Damage Juggler, because it is a light monster, and we normally send it to grave just so we can search a Trick Clown from our deck to have an additional resource, so we don't have to pay that 1,000 right off the bat. Also, this is nice because if you open it and you're up against a Utopia double, then hey, nice 10k. It doesn't work, so that comes up a lot as well. For monsters though, we do for the last monsters we do play triple Nibiru. It's the only hand trap I'm actually playing, because I feel like there's just so much space in there's not as much space in the deck, and this being a light monster just gives us more access to Construct in the deck, or Mechaba as well. So I feel like triple Nibiru is a lot better. Plus, if people don't play around it, they lose to it. And honestly, our locals, this card, like, the only time it was bad was when I played against True Draco, and even then, I just used it as a light target to make Construct and stuff, so it doesn't really matter. Like, this card, it's good in Shaddoll just because it's a light monster, and also it's a great hand trap for going second. And this deck loves to go second, and it can go first as well, but I prefer going second in this deck. But for those are all the monsters. I feel like the monster lineup, other than the Light Shaddoll, is very good. I don't think I'll change anything else other than that. Like, I'm still kind of on-off about this. It is a good card, but I'm just not 100% stuck on it in testing. But it got me first to locals, so it does have its bonuses as well. But for spell cards, let's get into those. We play triple Shaddoll Fusion because it's just amazing going second. Triple L Shaddoll Fusion because a quick play fusion spell is always nice. Triple Super Polymerization. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep triple super polymerization. It seems really good, but there are a lot of decks coming out of the woodwork that super polymerization doesn't do anything to, so I'm kind of on-off about this, but it's still a really strong card, and you do need to play it right now, so until Master Rule 5, I don't know if I will continue playing this in Master Rule 5, but right now, you do play this card. It's needed for, like, multiple different matchups. Triple Invocation, because polymerization, invoked stuff. We're playing 12 fusion spells for all of these reasons. Triple Magical Meltdown, just to search the Alistair overall, because it's just, like, really nice. Plus, it gives all of our fusion spells protection where they can't be negated. And also, you can't change to the summon of a fusion monster, which is really nice with stuff like Super Polymerization, because if you fuse their stuff, then they can't do anything. We do play 2 Mind Control as well for going second, like, just suck up the opponent's monster, get it out of the way, and then potentially use it for fusion material. 1 Terraforming to search Magical Meltdown, 1 Foolish Barrel to gain Shaddoll effects, 1 Pot of Avarice to, like, recycle stuff, 1 Monster Reborn to revive any monster in either player's graveyard, and 1 Raigeki for the last spell in the deck. Now, the reason I'm playing Raigeki is because there actually aren't a lot of decks anymore that can play around a Raigeki. Honestly, like, I've been looking throughout all the decks and all the games, and I've been like, a lot of these decks can't really deal with Raigeki overall, and because of that I was like, well, why don't I just put Raigeki in, see how it goes. And honestly, Raigeki is just amazing this format. Like, the only deck it's bad against is Solomon Grey, and even if it's bad against them, you just make them waste the Bailings, use the Raigeki, and then be like, hey, Nice try. Oh, you've made a board of negates. Oh, Raigeki. Oh, you're playing heroes. Raigeki. Oh, you're playing spirals, and you didn't make a Cerberus. Sure, you can keep your sleeper, but I'm Raigekiing away your Nightmare Griffin, your Appaloosa, all of that. Like, Raigeki is just like such a good card this format, and I don't know why other people aren't maining it. So I'm trying Raigeki, and I'm really loving it again, and I'm really happy that Raigeki is good. And the last card in the deck is one Resh Shaddoll Incarnation. For multiple reasons, we only play one. The first reason is you're only ever going to banish this card if you know you can OTK your opponent. So I think one is more than enough. And also, you have to play this card purely because of the control matchup and the stun matchups exist. If you're against a deck that just says, I'm going to constantly remove your stuff, then you need to be playing one of this, because if you make the construct, then you literally just set this, summon the construct back, construct effect sends, they kill the construct, you add this back, and then you just keep on doing that constantly, because then your opponent can't actually play around it, which is really nice. Like, the only deck that could probably play around it is Autogeist, because of Silcatus exists, but honestly, outside of that, Resh Shaddoll Fusion just comes in really handy, and it really does help in the controls matchups and the grind matchups. So, it just helps you outgrind any matchup, really, and it's just really, really strong because of that. So you have to be playing one. But that's the main deck, all in all. Like, it's a 44 card main deck. It's really hard for me to make this a 40 card main deck. And honestly, I tried as hard as I could to make this 40 cards, but it just isn't possible, with all the stuff that I'm playing. Like, I could potentially cut, like, the mind controls. I could cut the Pot of Avarice, Monster Reborn, or Raigeki, but it's just like, I really want to play these cards because they just seem so important and so powerful this format that you kind of have to. But yeah, let's go into the extra deck to show you what extra cards we play for specific reasons. So for starters, we play one Owl Mirage for the Alistair, giving us the fire target for Purgatorio. One Secure Gardener, because we make the Owl Mirage, then make this, then be able to make a Mecha per turn 1. One Cross Sheep, so you can go into your OTK combos and just revive 3 cards from your graveyard for nothing. One Alistair, the Invoker of Madness. You kind of need to play this card, because if you don't, even if you don't open Alistair, then just fusion something to a zone this card points to, lets you discard a Shaddoll from hand for effect, gain the effect of the Shaddoll while also adding you an invocation to your hand, which just allows you to just go into more plays overall. So you need to be playing this at 1. One Boral Sword, because Boral Sword is just like infinite OTK potential and guarantees it with stuff like Cross Sheep. For fusions, we're playing one Kaliuga, because he's just, him plus Winder is pretty much game 90% of the time, so you have to play him. One Purgatorio to OTK. 2 Mechaba. Now, honestly, I was originally going to play one Elysium, one Mechaba, but honestly, testing this deck, I feel like the second Mechaba comes up a lot, and I actually won a game at my locals purely because, we made Mechaba. We've already used our Mechaba. We've got another one in the edge deck though, so we just make the second Mechaba and we win now because of that. And it's just like, I feel like the second 2 Mechaba is actually really, really strong, and it just comes up quite a bit. And if you do, and you can theoretically make both Mechabas turn 1 as well with great ease, especially in like Master Rule 5. So I feel like 2 Mechaba is actually really good, and I'm probably going to continue playing 2 from now on because it does seem to be really, really strong. But we also play 2 El Shaddoll Winder, because obviously it's Winder. She's the dark target, she's your primary summoner, and also she just prevents your opponent from being able to special summon multiple times. One Apollonia, because she negates things on board permanently, and also, when she sends the graveyard, she lets you add a Shaddoll card from your deck to your hand, and that add, trust me, is really, really good. Because literally you just make her somehow send her to graveyard, and then I get to search for a Shaddoll Fusion, I get to search for a Wendy, I get to search for a Beast, I get to search my entire deck for anything I want. So yeah, this card is just absolutely insane. We also play 2 Construct, because Construct is insane, being that she just lets you send any Shaddoll card from your deck to the graveyard. Really, really strong in that regard as well. Just really good. And also allows you to recycle all your spells and trap cards, same as all the other Shaddoll Fusions. So, very strong. And also, attack special summon monster, kill it. No reason not to play this card. And the final card is one Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, because dark decks are still very prevalent, even though we still see like stuff like Spiral running around, even though we see stuff like pretty much any deck that isn't a dark deck running around. Dark is still the prominent element in the game, so I feel like Starving Venom would be a lot better to main than stuff like the World Chalice Guard Dragon, the Swamp Dragon, and stuff like that. So I feel like this was just primarily better to play, and in testing it seems to be good, but if I'm not up against a dark deck, it just really sits in the extra deck and doesn't really do anything. So it's personal preference really, but I feel like maining this is the best option out of the majority. So yeah, that's the extra deck. I will give you a quick show of the side deck that I played, just because obviously side deck options are things as well, but side is mainly personal preference. So if you do want to take ideas, please do, but honestly, it's just personal opinion from the side deck. We played 2 Drawn Lock Bird just because in case we do play against Spirals at my locals, I felt like Drawn Lock Bird would be really good, really strong, and I actually did play against Cardians round 1, which was like, and this card just helped. This card was just really, really nice against that matchup, so Drawn Lock Bird, really good. We do play 1 World Chalice Guard Dragon Almer Duke, because, hey, your opponent has 3 Link Monsters. We're up against Spiral. They make 3 Link Monsters. We just super poly them away and make this guy and say, hey, I win. So yeah, good card. I play this in the extra deck, so there is another super poly target for that kind of stuff. We do play 2 Mystic Mine. The logic behind Mystic Mine is, if you go second, if you're forced to go second, or even if you go first, and you open really bad, you literally just activate the Mystic Mine, and because you're playing more cards than your opponent, and your opponent doesn't side in back row disruption, because, you're playing Shaddolls, what back row are you playing? Then you literally just activate the Mystic Mine, watch your opponent draw until they have no cards in their deck, and it's like, hey, sorry, dude, but that's how the world works. But yeah, very degenerate card. Feel like it should be killed, but honestly, you need to be playing it in your side deck because it's just such a strong card in Shaddolls. 2 Twin Twister because of back row things, and 2 Lightning Storm also because of back row. Basically, I do 2 and 2 because Twin Twisters is just, it's good in its own right, whereas it can be used anytime during the game, but Lightning Storm is also really strong as well. Seeing as Lightning Storm, it can be destroy all spells and trap cards for free if you control no face-up cards, but this can only needs to discard for 2. But like, these both have their own sort of duality in them, where this card can't be activated all the time, where this card can be activated majority of the time. So it's just like yes, no, and I felt like playing 2-2 was the better ratio overall, just because it guarantees that I'll always be able to play one of them in the long run. So I felt like 2-2 was the better option, and it turned out well. It was probably the better option overall. So I'm very happy I chose this ratio. We also do play triple evenly matched, because if we go second, we're up against back row deck, we open evenly matched, we just go in the battle phase and say goodbye board. Simple as that. But yeah. And finally, triple infinite impermanence, because it says, I have an extra hand trap to side in if I don't need the Nibiru's, and this is just a really strong hand trap. Might change it for Ash Blossom, not sure, but right now it seems to be doing its job, so I'm very happy with it. But guys, that is what I came first with up my locals. Honestly, I'm really happy with this deck overall. It makes me think, it gives me a lot of fun experiences, and I really do enjoy playing it. And for that reason is why I think I'm going to continue playing this deck for now. I don't know if I will continue playing it forever, but right now I feel like this deck is really strong. It's really great. It's a lot of fun to play, to be completely honest with you lot. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I hope you understand my reasonings and logics behind this. But yeah, guys, that's the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to see any more deck profiles, or hell, even a hand testing video with this deck, because I can hand test for turn 1 combos. Turn 2 is primarily what this deck is built for, but the deck can go first. Please press the like button and show you want to see something like that. And guys, that is the video. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Check out all the links in the description if you want to support me, if you want to just see my Twitch to go watch me play other video games and stuff on Tuesdays. Just go ahead and do that as well. But yeah, all links in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I will see you guys in the next one for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I really do enjoy this deck. It makes me think a lot. Later all, Robert1, signing out.